Hey, what's up guys? My name is Roshan, or I have a Camaro, and today I'm going to be talking about removing bugs that have dried on your bumper as safely as possible. The reason I say as safely as possible is because these bugs have been on this car for actually close to 2 months, and I'll show you, they're really dried on. And the best thing about, or not the best thing you can do for your paint is as soon as you get bugs, use a waterless wash. Like the day of, not the next day, not a week later, not a month later, and definitely not 2 months later. The reason that you can use a waterless wash is because if a bug is like fresh on your paint, all that you need to do to remove it safely without causing scratches is simply just lubricate like the bug guts and then wipe it away using proper technique. In this case, you can only get as safe as possible. The thing is, bug blood, I believe, is acidic and actually etches into the clear coat. So there's nothing you can really do that is like perfectly safe, because this stuff is like stuck. It's like chemically bonded to the paint. And I'm going to do the best to take it out and try to minimize the scratching and that will happen. But to be honest, once it gets to this point, you can only hope for the best. You can't really say, I'm going to be able to take this out perfectly fine, not a problem at all. It's not going to be that way because they have been on there for so long. So there is always a chance, and in my experience, it's most likely going to happen that you're going to scratch as you take off these bugs because it's just it's so dried on in this case. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is first I'm gonna blast it with water to try to take off as much bug guts as possible. After that, I'm gonna use an all-purpose cleaner. I'm gonna use Optimum Power Clean at a 1-to-3 dilution. That's 1 part Optimum Power Clean to 3 parts water. That's like 1 ounce Optimum Power Clean to 3 ounces water is essentially what I'm using. And then after that, because I don't think that'll be enough, I'm gonna go ahead and use a bug scrubber and soap and water to scrub off what's remaining, and hopefully that takes it off. If another step is needed, it's generally then you have to clay it, which, considering that there are bug guts on the car, you're probably gonna mar the car, and there's just no way to get around that. And the real thing is, you should have just done preventative maintenance. You should have just gotten it off before. Luckily, it's my brother's car, and I know how to take care of paint, so if it does mar, if it does scratch, I can take care of it. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you just how dry these bugs are. Alright guys, sorry for the shakiness, but the camera is in my hand. Hopefully you can see, this isn't anything that happened recently. These have been on there for a long time. You can see, like here, it's just really just dried on. This is exactly what you should not let happen. So the first thing to do is knock off as much as you can with just plain old water. As you guys can see, I don't know if you can see the ambient, but it's getting kind of dark, so I'm really only going to do half of it and see if I can get that done before it gets too dark to shoot a video. As I suspected, water didn't really knock off much at all because these bugs have dried on the car for so very long. So the next thing to do is all-purpose cleaner, and this is at a 1-to-3 dilution. I sprayed a good liberal amount of all-purpose cleaner on it, and it's soaking in. I have to let this a few minutes just to do its magic to try to attack the bug cuts. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just letting it soak in there and hopefully loosening the bugs to make it easier to come off when I use the bug scrubber and car wash soap. So the next step I is use a bug scrubber to try to remove these bugs, and as you can see, it's pretty getting dirty. I'm using Adam's car wash soap, and you may notice I'm only really using 1 bucket just because at this point I'm not worried about scratching. I just want the bugs off. The truth is, they've probably already etched into the paint, and having 2 buckets is just a waste if this is all I'm doing, which it is for now. Also, I didn't rinse off the all-purpose cleaner. The reason I didn't rinse off the all-purpose cleaner is because I imagine that it's still working and there's no point in rinsing it off. So I want it to sit on the bugs as long as possible, and I might actually do another application of all-purpose cleaner to help the soap out in removing this stuff, because as you can see, this is just, it's gross and it's not even really coming out. And there is a grit guard in this bucket that I'm rubbing the sponge against. And now, this is my third application of soap, and these bugs are still not coming off very well. So I'm going to be applying a little bit more pressure, even knowing that may cause scratches, that may cause marring. The thing is, there's only so much you can do in terms of being safe when you want to remove bug guts that are really old. So, the key thing to take away from this video is that as soon as you get bugs, you really need to try to remove them. And for these, I'm using quite a bit of pressure, these last few ones. And there's no way that I'm not scratching this car. You may not be able to see it because it's a white car, but on a black car, if I was doing this, I'd definitely be scratching this car. But it's between scratches, which are, you can fix those, or leaving the bugs on, which will cause more etching and more clear coat failure, which you need a repaint to do that. So it's between polishing and a repaint. I choose polishing. It's the lesser of the two evils. Alright guys, I'm taking you in. I think you can see on the camera what looks like little dark spots. Here, 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 down there. And those aren't actually dark spots, that's actually etching. And this black spot right here is not bug gut, that looks actually like a chip. Anyways, so that's how you take off dried bug guts. To get rid of these black spots now, it's definitely going to require claying and most likely polishing as well. So the main thing to take out of this video is it's definitely important to use preventative maintenance. That means as soon as you get those bugs, you should try to get them off. That's the most important thing. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. We started out over here and we ended up over here. Definitely in need of claying and or polishing, which is why it's important to take care of bugs as soon as possible. Anyways, if you liked this video, please push the like button, and if you like these types of videos, please subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a great day, and take care.